Tulsa police have arrested 2 suspects in a pawn shop stabbing. Barry, the CDC is changing guidelines for healthcare workers treating patients with Ebola. Nurses in Dallas say they weren't prepared.
Police say a distracted driver caused a crash that killed a Green Country girl.
8-year-old Caitlin Chambers died in a 4-vehicle pileup on Highway 169 near Owasso last month. News on 6 reporter Tess Bonnie joins us with the latest. But I have been to those restaurants where they have it up on the menu, you know, like the McDonald's and stuff, and you kind of go,
I don't want to order that one.
Yeah. I usually just do it and then feel bad, but at least I looked. So maybe next year we can modify that a little bit. Just hours after a defeat in his primary re-election bid, House Majority Leader Eric Cantor told GOP leaders he would step down as leader on July 31st before finishing his term. What do you think the researchers would find on your phone, Mr. Farrell?
An old phone is what they would find.
Pretty quick study, huh?
Yeah, it wouldn't take long on my phone, that's for sure.
You should do that.
Yeah.
I like to have resolutions.
You're saying I need to mix in a salad, or what are we?
No,
I mean,
I didn't mean that.
just to fill
I'm
in
just saying
here. Police need your help finding the people who stabbed a man in his back near 8th Street and Utica Avenue. Mr. Farrell, I got the Christmas lights down today. Good work.
Well, good for you.
Feel like you're
I'm
going to
jealous.
ruin the party here in a minute.
Well, no, it's not going to be that bad.
Television, cable, and satellite companies, and then airlines. It seems like my friends are always having trouble with airlines, and
Airlines.
you usually get a pretty good response too.
Do you get a free ticket?
I don't.
Did they?
It's never worked for me. So, but I haven't
never
had much trouble.
complained, though.
They're usually nice to me.
Well,
For now.
because you're Charlie.
That's not even wood. That's wood.
Okay.
There you go.
This is Oklahoma's own News on 6 in high definition.
A Bixby teen is arrested after police say he fired shots at a business he was robbing.
And Tulsa police plead for the public's help after 4 sexual attacks in a week's time. We're going to hear why police said the suspect is getting bolder in his attacks.
It was a car wreck that took the lives of 3 generations of a family. The verdict delivered to the man accused of causing the crash. Thanks for being here at 9. I'm Charlie Hannema.
And I'm Shara Kimiko. A Bixby teen behind bars after police say he committed several armed robberies. Robbery detectives and a violent crimes task force tracked down the boy this week. News on 6 reporter Tony Russell is live tonight at the Tulsa County Jail, where prosecutors are charging the teen as a youthful offender. Tony? Tulsa police say witnesses can't tell them much about 2 people who robbed an East Tulsa motel. Officers say 2 men wearing masks walked into the Econo Lodge near 11th and I-44 about 11 last night. They say the robbers pointed guns at the front desk employees, demanded money, and ran off after getting some cash. If you know anything, call Crime Stoppers at 918-596-COPS. It took a jury less than 2 hours to convict a Salina man of killing 4 people in a wreck last August. Jurors found David Ernst guilty on 4 counts of manslaughter. Ernst killed 3 generations of one family August 22nd. His pickup crossed the center line on Highway 66 in Kellyville and hit a car head-on. Inside that car, 74-year-olds Vernon Bowles and Susie Fraser, 51-year-old Vivian Henry, and 9-year-old Alex Henry. The family was headed home from a back-to-school shopping trip. His wife says it's not the verdict she expected.
It was an accident, and yeah, he should pay for it, but why take his life? It's not going to bring nobody back.
Prosecutors say Ernst tested positive for drugs, Loratadine, and Valium. The jury recommended he serve 36 years in prison. There's a slight improvement in the budget for the city of Tulsa.
Yes, but that small increase is leading to significant changes. News on 6 reporter Emery Bryan is live with the story. Hi, Emery.
Emery, can you break down where this money's coming from?
Well, yes, it's about $1 million. About half of that's going to be from sales tax, because those numbers are slightly improving. The economy seems to be getting a little bit better. The other half is from an increase in fees, mainly for an increase in fees on burglar alarm permits. And so between those two, it's about $1 million for the year.
Okay, thank you, sir. Hundreds of children who entered the United States illegally will arrive in Oklahoma tomorrow. The federal government says 1,400 beds are ready for them at Fort Sill and Lawton.
It has been nearly a week since we learned the children would be coming to Oklahoma, but as Michael Konopasek reports, we still don't know what the federal government plans to do with them.
As you heard, hundreds of minors, all illegal immigrants, will arrive tomorrow at Fort Sill. So let us know what you think. Do you think it's a good idea to house these children here in Oklahoma? Does it put Oklahomans in danger?
Tell us at newson6.com/OKTalk or message us on Facebook and Twitter using #OKTalk. You can even call us here at the station, 918-732-NEWS. We'll share some of your thoughts later on in the newscast. New tonight, the burned wreckage of an abandoned Tulsa church will be torn down to make room for Habitat for Humanity homes.
The former Bowen Baptist Church was heavily damaged in an arson fire back in February. The building was boarded up when it burned. Witnesses said they saw 3 children running from the scene, but they were never found. The church has turned over the property to Habitat for Humanity.
We plan to build about 7 or 8 homes on it within the next year, so we're very excited about that.
Habitat has already built 28 new homes in the neighborhood surrounding the church. Coming up here at 9, she was missing for more than a week. How a Muskogee woman survived when her car got stuck and she couldn't walk out.
And violence in Iraq heats up. We're going to hear why the president says all options are on the table right now when it comes to military action.
Plus, an Oklahoma senator weighs in on negative ads in the Senate primary. What he's saying about the candidates.
After some morning rain, it was nice. It's been a beautiful day across the Osage Casino Skycam network. And Mr. Dick Farrow is looking at our rain chances for the weekend.
At first glance, Brian Caleb looks...
He's going to fake a post and go corner route.
And sounds like a typical football coach. But his season has been anything but typical.
The tech called my wife that night and left a message that I need to get to the hospital because my hemoglobins were too low. Everything started from there.
What started with a phone call ended with a tough diagnosis, a type of blood cancer called multiple myeloma.
It's a blow. I mean, because it's something that everyone's scared of. You know, to see what everybody's scared of. It's like you don't know what's next. You don't know how bad it is.
Despite rounds of chemotherapy, the Jenks cornerbacks coach missed just 1 game. Unless treatment gets in the way, he's on the practice field or teaching PE at Jenks East Elementary.
Staying normal, it takes your mind off of it. I go through see these guys and go through them and go through my normal routine, and it takes my mind off the cancer. The big deal is just to stay normal. Because if you don't stay normal, then you start thinking about, stuff that, that you shouldn't be thinking about.
The people of Jenks fill these stands every Friday night to support the Trojans. They've also stepped up to support Coach Caleb, raising more than $20,000 so far.
It's been unbelievable. I mean, the love that this community has shown to me, you thank God for communities like this, because when you're down, sometimes you're by yourself. Me and my family, we can't say that.
Caleb's story even spread to rival Muskogee. The rougher freshman team raised $1,000 to help with what insurance doesn't cover and gave it to him during a recent game.
You expect some people to help you, but not a freshman team from Muskogee. They usually, sometimes you play them, they're your rival, but it was a blessing.
As the Trojans prepare for the playoffs, Coach Caleb is teaching far more than football.
I'm learning a lot from him. Just like how to face adversity, really. Like, life obviously isn't easy, and just looking at him, I know he's going through a tough time, but he's not acting like it at all. It's
about faith you have in God. You can look at this as a downer, or you can look at it as an upper. A downer as you're having pity on yourself, upper as you're doing something that someone else may have, and you might help them. Hopefully, what I'm going through is going to help people. Because I know that after this, I'll be a stronger person.
It's no secret technology affects our world more and more each day. There are cell phone apps and even watches that can tell you how long and how hard you've worked out. Now, the University of Tulsa hopes similar technology can lead to fewer injuries, more wins, and better conditioning.
Go! Our industry is a changing industry. The days of let's just go run and lift weights are quickly dying out.
30 seconds of work, Phils. 30 seconds.
This looks like an ordinary football practice at the University of Tulsa, but there's a new twist. Coaches can see how hard a player is working on the outside. Now, this device shows TU how hard its players are working on the inside.
It's really more of a performance-based industry, and you can't get the best performance out of a kid if you don't know how they're responding to what's going on.
20 players wear heart rate monitors during every practice and game. Strength and conditioning coaches track the results in real time and also track players' soreness and sleep patterns.
We want to paint a whole picture, and this is a long-term investment for us.
This is the football team's first season using this program. The ultimate goal is preventing injuries, but TU knows it's a process.
Right now we're in stage 1. Stage 1 is collect the data, see the trends. When they hit certain workloads, do our injury rates go up? When we hit other lower workloads, do we perform more optimally? Are they more or less stressed?
Students and staff from TU's exercise science program are helping the football team analyze the data. The hope is that fewer injuries and better training lead to more wins. That's not the only example of academics and athletics working together.
My left shoulder's killing me.
Meet MediaStars, a 200-pound, $50,000 cutting-edge simulator used by athletic training students.
There are only a handful of athletic departments or athletic training programs that have access to something like this.
Professor Ron Walker can control MediaStars' breathing, heart rate, blood pressure, and many more bodily functions. His students experience things that can't be simulated in real life.
I think I've done the spleen laceration like once or twice. And I mean, I think the first time we did it, like he died on me because I've never done it before. But I mean, that's like where we learned. So then this time I knew exactly what to do.
As far as the training that our staff is able to, our students are able to gain from it, you can't put a price on it. We're graduating students with a degree in athletic training who have literally been exposed to a number of real-life, life-threatening conditions that they may or may not ever see, and that students from other programs that don't have access to this technology really only read about.
Tulsa's doctors and athletic trainers received national praise for how they treated Devin Walker's spinal cord injury in 2012. MediaStars gives them a way to stay ready in case another tragic injury happens.
When our football staff returns for fall camp every year, part of what we do is go through emergency preparedness and what do we do in different situations. What happens when that goes south? What do the students do? You know, what happens when he stops talking? What happens when he stops breathing? What happens when he has no heart rate? And the students are able to, and the staff, right, are able to carry out the entire scenario and practice it. And then that's just invaluable.
While TU continues to work on the football field, advances in the science field could make a big difference for the Golden Hurricane.
They're just kind of scratching the surface on this. Tulsa hopes to expand the program in the future. One option would be GPS trackers that record how far a player runs, how fast they run, and which way they're going. Of course, that a little more expensive than what they have now, so we're going to try this, raise a little bit more money, and then keep it going.
Yeah.
We are 1 week away from the super fight between Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao out in Las Vegas. Earlier this week, there was almost a Donnybrook closer to home. At Tulsa Celebrity Fight Night, two-time former world heavyweight champion Riddick Bowe threw down a challenge to a local sportscaster.
Me and you, we can fight right now, man. We about the same height.
Yeah, I don't know if we can handle that.
Me and you know, you couldn't handle it, Charlie.
I'd give you one punch and I'd be over.
Really? Charlie, you know what I would do to you, Charlie?
I don't know.
No, I'm gonna tell you. I would dust your little junkie off. Charlie,
people here?
That's what I do, Charlie. I fight in front of people. People want to see me fight, Charlie. That's what I do, man.
Why you gotta pick on me, though?
Because you're the biggest, Charlie. It ain't gonna look right if I pick on him. He only 5 feet tall. I'm 6'5". That's not gonna look right.
All right.
How old are you, Charlie?
I'm 6'3".
Duh.
So the News on 6 research department has put together the tale of the tape. Riddick Bowe's biggest win over Evander Holyfield, I'm married up. And his fighting stance, orthodox. My fighting stance, Megan, the fetal position. So think it would be a good fight.
That's good. I was a little nervous
money.
for you for a while there. He was getting a little, seemed a little serious.
Keep that camera rolling.
Exactly.
Keep it rolling. You never know what's going to happen.
You never know. I love it. I think you could take him maybe for like 2 minutes.
I don't.
Okay.